The Iran conflict is taking a heavy economic toll, with the US blockade cutting off key oil exports and damaging infrastructure.
Well, oil shipments have dropped sharply, with just around 300,000 barrels per day moving out despite over 1 million barrels loaded onto tankers.
The Iranian Rial, which fell nearly 70% last year, has continued to weaken, hitting new record lows, and this has amplified inflationary pressures. Economists now expect a double-digit contraction in Iran's GDP this year, reflecting the severity of the economic shock.
And despite the pressure, Iran has so far avoided an immediate economic collapse. The country has built up stockpiles of essential goods, with estimates suggesting a 6-month buffer. Well, for decades, Iran has relied on its resistance economy model, using internal resources and land-based trade to sustain supplies.
I think Iran has developed this so-called resistance economy, and part of the policy of the resistance economy is to rely on Iran's neighbors to trade, to barter, and to export. And the only evidence that I've seen is that those export links and that resistance economy remains still active. Iran is trying to send goods north over the Caspian Sea to Central Asia. And its oil is now also traversing over land routes as well. So these are the sort of temporary workarounds that are currently in place. These are just there to buy time. They're not long-term solutions by any means.
Long-term challenges are also emerging. Limited storage capacity could force Iran to cut oil production within months if export routes remain blocked. On the ground, businesses are struggling with high cost, falling demand, and supply disruptions, all leading to rising unemployment.
If the war continues, our economic situation will get much worse. Our business has basically come to a standstill. Before the war, we had 7 or 8 cars in the shop. Now, with the war and this sense that it could escalate at any moment, our work has dropped to about 1/10 of what it was. Many businesses around us have shut down because people are afraid of the war. They say the war has affected petrochemicals. It has affected our work and our materials. Everything has weakened. We really don't want war, but sometimes people feel they have no choice.
Now, fears of fresh protests are also growing after earlier unrest driven by inflation and economic hardship. Analysts say Iran will need sanctions relief and access to a foreign currency to avoid a deeper crisis. Well, until then, the economy remains under strain, but not yet at breaking point. But this could complicate Trump's plans ahead of the November midterms.
If things continue like this, it will definitely get worse if we go on under the same conditions we have now. Because everyone is confused. They don't know what they should do. They can't invest in anything. Many people are now outside the cities. When you look at the streets of Tehran, you can see they're quieter compared to previous years, and businesses and investment have slowed down. The people who come here, from an economic standpoint, are looking for second-hand parts. It shows that economically, people are in a difficult situation.